Welcome to Chamber Check-In. Today we are with Leticia Barwick of Meritum Credit Card Processing. Leticia has been a longtime member of the Chamber, and she does so much to support the Chamber through our Veterans Business Council, part of the Chamber referral group. Leticia, we're so glad to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here today with you, Sarah.
Well, you are so involved in the Chamber. So first, I think we need to dig into all of the things you do and why you do them. So let's talk a little bit about your title sponsor this year of our Veterans Business Council, and you're in a referral group. You've done Gilbert Leadership. You are part of Women Empowered. Why do you find it so valuable to be involved with the Chamber?
Well, I think as a business owner, it's very important you get involved with your community. And there's nothing better than doing it through the Chamber. It opens doors, allows you to be involved with various groups that maybe you don't know how to get involved, and being part of the Chamber opens the doors for you. If I wasn't part of the Chamber, I would be thinking, okay, how do I get involved in my community? What do I do? And I wouldn't know where to start. So Chamber has been great.
I appreciate that so much. And Meritum Credit Card Processing is actually the credit card processing company that the Chamber uses as well. Part of that because you're a member, but also because you're local and family owned. And I would just love for you to dive in a little bit on what makes Meritum Credit Card Processing so unique here in Gilbert.
I think that's the key thing. The fact that we're local and family owned. In our industry, that's not very common. Most of the people that you're running into work for larger companies, and they're part of a bigger conglomerate. We're Meritum, we're local, we're family owned. When you call us, it's us you're going to speak to, not a 24-hour tech support or a 24-hour customer service. You're actually speaking to us. Yes, we do have tech support that we will guide you to, but any customer service issue, it's always going to be me or David, which it's kind of nice because sometimes salespeople say something maybe that they're not aware that they're saying is incorrect. And then when the merchant calls in, it's a different story. I'm not saying it's intentional, but things happen. This way, I take the call. I said what I said. Yeah. And I back it up.
What are some tips or things that you would want businesses to know as they're looking at their merchant service provider? And what are some obstacles that maybe they think they face that that you oversee for them?
So there are actually quite a few, but I'll touch on a couple. One key thing to be looking at when you're shopping for merchant services is it's not as simple as what is the rate. You really need to go look at what the net effective rate is. Net effective rate is when you take all your fees together, and then there's a little multiplication you can do, and then you figure that out. And that's your true fee, because I can tell you your rate is 1%, but if I'm tacking on a bunch of fees on the back end, is it really 1%? No, it's not. So that's the first thing that I like to teach merchants. And with Meritum, one of the things that we can do is we can set up an account depending on the needs of the merchant, whether it's that they want to pay all the fees, whether they want to pass on some fees so that their fees are less to them. There's a lot of ways we can set up. It's just a matter of having a conversation. Another thing to look at is the software or the equipment that you're looking at, is it proprietary? It may be great for the type of business you're in, but I think what a lot of merchants don't understand is that you're marrying into this program. So if in 3 years, 4 years, you're not happy, you have to start all over. And we really do not use any proprietary equipment or software. We want merchants to be flexible. If for some reason they're not happy with us, me keeping them there is not going to make them happier. So it's better to part ways.
As businesses look at their different options, what is the one thing that they need to do to get started, and where do they go? How do they get started?
Okay, so with us, we have a conversation. So kind of find out what the business needs are. We look at their past statements if they're already accepting credit cards, so we can see how they're processing, what type of cards they take. And then we go through different options of what is best for them, how much money we would save them. And then at that point, we would then, once they decide to move forward, we do an application, takes 2 to 3 business days, and they're up and running. Now, one thing that Meritum does offer Chamber members is the analysis is free. And if we can't save you money, we will pay your Chamber dues. That's how confident we are that we can save people money.
Well, Leticia, thank you so much for the time and education today. Thank you for your support of the chamber and your engagement in our business community and the way that you serve other businesses right here in Gilbert. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate the conversation.